It's becoming tighter and tighter, and certainly concerns for the well-being and safety of the submariners, so how many are left alive on board, are growing by the hour, given the fact that, as far as I understand, the Indonesian Navy doesn't know the exact location of the submarine, the exact depth at which submarine may have sunk to, and obviously that would complicate rescue efforts in order to reach out to the submarine, assess the damage, establish an operation before you can actually start considering retrieving the submariners to the surface.
Tell us, let's go back a bit. There were reports of an oil slick that may be giving some clue. What would that tell you?
Look, I mean, it can be a result of either a damage to the hull when oil tanks may be leaking. The Indonesian spokesperson, the Indonesian Navy spokesperson, suggested perhaps it's an attempt by the crew to help the rescuers pinpoint the location, or at least the approximate location of the submarine. But again, normally conventional subs are equipped with specialized equipment, like, for example, retractable buoys that would be released by the crew should the submarine suffer an incident, and that would actually, the buoy would actually be connected to the actual hull of the submarine. So if the oil spill is there, it may be actually a reflection that the submarine may have sustained some serious damage, and that raises further questions about what happened on board the submarine. Is the crew still alive or not, or what other factors may have contributed to this very dangerous development?
The Indonesian authorities have said that it has probably sunk to a level well below its operating capacity, and they are looking for help to search potentially at 500 metres. Now, how hard is it to search at this depth?
Well, it is pretty hard because effectively the Navy will have to use sonar equipment, which they would normally use to track hostile submarines. If the submarine happened to sink into one of those holes like underwater canyons, that obviously it would further complicate the rescue efforts. But what we need to understand, if the Navy's assessment is accurate and the submarine is at a depth of about 600 to 700 meters, that certainly raises further concerns about what sort of condition the submarine currently in it, because for conventional submarines or diesel-electric submarines of this type, the normal operational depth is about 200 to 250 meters. Sinking to a depth of 600 to 700 meters, and given its age, it's 44-year-old submarine, may actually put enormous pressure on the hull, may actually compromise the integrity of the hull simply because of the sheer pressure of the water at such a depth. And that also further complicates rescue efforts, because not every Navy is equipped with capabilities that would allow it to engage in deep sea rescue operations. You have to rely on submersibles that can reach the submarine, and obviously bearing in mind that it's incredibly deep at that sort of depth. So once again, you have to have the exact location of the submarine, because now we're racing against time. Now it's a matter of hours for the submariners, not for the rescue parties. And obviously that adds to the point on who can offer its help. I know the Singaporeans send their rescue ship to the party, but at this point in time, it's about scaling down, then narrowing the search area to be able to establish a fairly small sector, which then can be scanned by sonars and other equipment, and then the rescue party can be sent in to search the depth.
Yeah, and Alexey, what are your thoughts about the chances of survival, given all these factors?
Look, I mean, first of all, we need to run through a couple of scenarios. What happened on board the submarine? Is it the mechanical failure that allowed the submarine to plunge to this death depth? You can describe it this way. Is it a result of some sort of explosion on board, given the fact the submarine was about to engage in torpedo firing exercise? Or is it a result of possible collision with another sub? If some sort of an explosion may have taken on board, that may also lead, for example, to a fire, which in itself can also eat up oxygen on board the submarine, then one can question how many of the 53-strong crew may actually survive the incident. If the plunge to this current estimated depth was a result of mechanical failure, one can ask the question whether the hull managed to withstand this enormous pressure and the sub on free fall, because quite often when the submarine goes really quickly, it can be compared to a free fall in the elevator. And if the oil spill may be as a result of unprovoked leak or not a deliberate leak, and that may raises concerns whether water got inside in one of the compartments of the submarine, which once again raises concerns of how many have survived so far. And again, given the fact that the submariners have oxygen only until Saturday, it's also a matter of understanding whether the rescue party, which may have already been dispatched, like the Singaporeans did, would be in time to get to the area, would be in time to locate the submarine, and would be in time to at least establish the contact with the submarine, because this all takes hours. Even diving to the depth of 600 or 700 meters, this is not something you can do in 20 or 30 minutes. It's a very gradual and steady process, because you cannot also compromise the well-being, safety, as well as lives of the rescue party as well. So yeah. We're ticking against time.
Indeed. Good to talk to you. We will watch this with interest. Thanks, Alexey.
Thank you.